The London Theatre Cast. Friends of officiallondontheatre.co.uk. In the spotlight.
Just crowned 2009's Best Musical Revival at the Laurence Olivier Awards, Aux Folles is the tale of a Saint-Tropez drag club run by George and headlined by his partner Alban. When George's son announces that his right-wing future parents-in-law are coming to visit, some drastic changes have to be made to the gay couple's life so as not to ruin any future wedded bliss. Having opened at the Meunier Chocolate Factory over Christmas 2007, the glamorously camp show transferred to the West End at the back end of last year, recreating its earlier success. Douglas Hodge originally played the divalicious drag queen, but has recently been replaced by Graham Norton, who's better known for presenting shows about the West End than starring in musicals himself. As talkative as he is on his own shows, Graham was happy to chat to the London Theatre Cast about this new career move. So how was making your West End debut?
Terrifying, really, genuinely terrifying. But now that I'm sort of on top of it, I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving doing it now. Really, really, really having a good time.
What were the rest of the cast like? Did they embrace you and make it easy for you?
They were incredibly inclusive, because you kind of think, if I was them, I'd have been a bit suspicious of a man off the telly coming in. But I think it kind of came from Terry Johnson, the director, who just made no fuss. It was just, I was just treated like another actor doing another job. And obviously I started at the same time as Stephen Pacey, who is a proper actor. So, so yeah, no, everyone was incredibly friendly, yeah.
But you were a trained actor originally before. I mean, we all know you for the presenting work. So did the training just kind of flood back, or...? Weirdly,
it's not... I mean, obviously they're worlds apart, the two things I do. But there are more similarities than you'd think. Do you know what I mean? Like, what I do is closer to this than coal mining. You know, it's not like a complete leap into a foreign land. There are some, language we understand and use.
So have you had to do any voice training, or...?
Oh my God, yeah. No, I had voice lessons up the wazoo, and more needed, I'm sure. But the good thing about the songs that I sing in the show is they all kind of come out of situations, so they're all kind of like about what's going on, rather than here's a rather lovely song. Whereas Stephen does sing a couple of really just beautiful, ballads that you've really got to have a nice voice for, which he does. He's got a gorgeous voice.
We've all seen the pictures. The character you play in the show, Albin, is a drag star. How did you take to donning the dress?
The donning the dress is all right. Heels, I really actually quite like heels. Heels are quite empowering. They're a good thing. The depressing thing about going to drag is, one, that you look fat in a dress, which is obviously that's just the law. You put on a dress and you feel fat. And also just look so old. You've got to think, bit of makeup, I'll look better than I normally do. No, you look worse than you normally do. That's the most depressing thing about it. The show's got 7 Laurence Olivier Award nominations, so I imagine it's a fairly fun place to be at the moment, everyone feeling quite happy. What do you think it is about the show that's made it so successful? I just think it's timing, really. If you're going to leave your house and spend money, you wanna have a good time. And there's something about this show, it's full of heart. I know people use that expression a lot, but this really is. And you see people at the end and they're happy, but they're kind of crying, they're so happy, because it's just lovely. And what Terry Johnson's done with the show is kind of really scaled it back to what it is in its centre, which is kind of a family love story. And you'd want to be an incredibly grumpy human being to leave this theatre in a bad mood afterwards. It really just belts you over the head till you smile and laugh. The one song everyone knows from the show, I Am What I Am, which you get to sing. Yeah. A bit of an anthem. Did you feel any pressure kind of taking on that song? Well, look, Shirley Bassey's done a nice recording. So if you want to hear it sung like that, it's not like suddenly because I've sung it, all other versions stop existing. I mean, what's odd is that, it is, you're right, it has turned into kind of an anthem and a kind of a karaoke classic and a kind of a real kind of pub song in a way. And I remember when I first saw this musical back in 83 or 84, I'd never heard the song before, and it has in the story, it has such a powerful impact. It's it's incredibly moving, and from that point of view, as a performer, it's such a gift. It's an amazing thing to get to do, to kind of sing that that song out to an audience.
Over recent years, we've seen you presenting, obviously, the BBC searches for musical stars. Have any of the guys that you've seen come through that helped you out, or any of the judges had a word before you came into the show?
Denise, very encouraging. Zoe Tyler, the vocal coach, she gave me a few notes. Andrew's been to see it. And he seemed to have a really nice time. He certainly told me he did, and I've chosen to believe him. Now I'm trying to think. Don't want to malign them. I don't think any of those little buggers from the competitions have actually been yet. They keep threatening. I keep bumping into them at things, and they keep threatening to come and see me. But so we'll see if they do.
Sure, I imagine you've gone and seen them and all their things. They could return the favour.
Exactly. I've been. Mind you, in fairness, I didn't pay to go and see them, so it's not quite the same thing.
I know you're mixing this with, you have mixed this with the search for the Eurovision song, and you're going to be taking on the mantle of Eurovision from Terry Wogan. Are you looking forward to that as well? I
am. I mean, I can't think about it in terms of taking over from Terry, because you can't take over from him. You know, what he did was amazing, and he made the job. 35 years ago, no one was jealous of Terry Wogan when he got that job. You know, poor old Terry, he's got to go and do that. But he built it into this kind of iconic thing. So I imagine this year I'll be quite quiet. I won't say very much.
Doesn't sound like you.
Well, towards the end. I'll tell you, because there's a time difference. There's a 3-hour time difference, right? I only found this out the other day. So while you in Britain are watching it from 8 o'clock on, we start at 11 o'clock at night, and it finishes at 2:30 in the morning. You may hear snoring during the latter stages of the voting. Can you imagine? Staying sober till 2:30 in the morning.
Thank you so much for coming to speak to us today.
Cheers.
Aux Folles is playing at the Playhouse Theatre, where it's currently booking until the 26th of September. For more information about the show, visit lacagelondon.com.
The London Theatre Cast.